Hey guys, it's Buddy, CEO of Fitness Addiction. You can find us at fitnessaddiction.online, certified personal trainer, bodybuilding specialist, currently training for an NPC national bodybuilding competition. So there's some videos out there on this. What I wanted to talk about is some generic level competition bodybuilding do's and don'ts, more geared toward probably the intermediate bodybuilder. Um, Also, the beginners we can all learn, but this is more geared toward the guys and gals who've probably competed before, but not at the pro level. Going to jump right into it. So the first do is begin practicing your posing early, guys. If you're like me, I'm a lifetime martial artist, and with all the fluidity that I have in the martial arts, I'm very blocky. I'm very caveman like up on stage competing, and so I need a posing coach. Have the same person I've used for a number of years, and I still think my posing stinks. So, you know, I generally, if I'm dieting 16 weeks out, my posing starts 16 weeks out as well. That can be holding poses in the bathroom in the morning before training as I'm changing clothes. Um, and then I'll normally get into my posing routine about 13 to 14 weeks out. But the bottom line, we've all seen the guy up on stage do a front double bicep, and he looks like this. I mean, that's an unconditioned athlete, guys. Any judge can spot that, and it's a person who has not put in the time in preparing their body to do the posing and the time, the amount of time they have to hold poses up on stage. So practice it early. Not in my area of expertise, so I'm not going to give out a whole lot of posing advice at this time, other than find a good posing coach. There's a lot of good people out there that can teach you, and a lot of that can be done remotely as well. It doesn't have to be face to face, but there's some gyms, there's some good trainers that are competitors that can help you in that as well. Something I learned early on that people don't talk about a whole lot: practice visualizing the process, and practice this early out. I love to get a vision in my mind of what my body's going to look like 20 weeks down the road, 16 weeks down the road, 12 weeks down the road. Get that, and also visualize, especially that last week. If you've never done this before, especially visualize that last week, that day before the show, what your nutrition looks like, what you're eating looks like, and there's variables, there's unknowns, because you don't know where you're going to be at 16 weeks out, the day before the show. I get all that, but whether you've done this before or not, begin visualizing that and picturing how you're going to look. Picture those striations up in the deltoids. Picture that piano wire there up in the deltoids that you're going to have. That will help you breed your confidence. That will help you on the days in the gym where you just say, man, my body feels like crap. I've totally depleted my body of glucose. I have no energy. I've got a 8-hour work day after training, another hour of cardio, and I just can't do it today. That realization, that visualization of how amazingly conditioned you're going to look on stage will help motivate you. I learned that early on, and so that's so important. I guarantee you the highest level Olympia athlete competitors have mastered this. That's what separates a lot of these men and women from the other IFBB pros that are just maybe on that level, and the amateur people that are winning shows from the guys and gals that are underneath them are not placing. It's that visualization. It's that mind of a champion. And lastly, on the do's, stick with the diet 100%. So if this is my plan, then that's going to be at 100%. If it involves a cheat meal on a Saturday, say a sub sandwich, up to 10 weeks out, 11 weeks out, then do it and enjoy it. And if it doesn't, then don't do it. This is conditioning of the mind. The body will do what the mind tells it to do. And if you begin saying, "Oh, I'm gonna have a rice cake with peanut butter on it tonight," you guys, your mind is going to cave, and then you're going to go on stage and you're not going to be happy with the way you look. All right, real quickly, the don'ts. Compare yourself to other people. I know I did it for years. And I know some of you guys have probably done this if you're watching this. I would go on and look at photos and videos from previous shows. Oh, I can beat that guy next year. Or you ladies, I can beat that lady next year. Well, those guys and gals might not be competing next year. The level of competition may be tenfold better than what it is in what you're looking at. Don't set yourself up there. And again, train yourself. You're competing against you. My goal every day is to be better than I was the day before. My goal every year is to be crisper, more sharp, more symmetrical, larger proportionally speaking to muscle ratio and so forth than I was the year before. I'm competing against myself, not others. If I get beat by others, then was that person genetically better than me? Did they train harder? What have you? If I'm the best I can be, I go off that stage with no excuses, and I can hold my head up high. Next, believe your mind. This goes back to sticking with your diet 100%. Believe your mind and train your mind. Okay? Train your mind so that you can believe your mind. You're going to look at the guy or the gal in the gym. Oh my gosh, they look good. Train your mind so you can believe your mind. What your mind pumps into you is truth. That comes through training. That's an everyday process. If you train your mind to be strong, it'll be strong. If you train your mind to cave to sweets, to cravings, to taking the day off from training, to only doing 30 minutes of cardio if you're scheduled to do an hour, that's who you're going to be, and you're not going to be happy. So train your mind and believe in your mind once you know it's trained and strong. And lastly, don't take shortcuts. And this goes back into what I was just talking about. Take control of your mind. If you guys ever watch CT Fletcher videos, CT is the master. He's the master of controlling his mind. His mind wills his body to do things that people just look at and say, I just can't do that. Well, you don't know, you haven't even tried. That's not happenstance. That happened through years of conditioning his mind. So this is all common sense stuff. I mean, there's no secret pills here. There's not a whole lot of science here. It's just kind of common sense stuff. But looking back on my career, looking back on some of the guys' careers that I work with, a lot of these mistakes I see these people making. And so just hoping this can help you not to make some of the same mistakes. Hey, listen, so new to YouTube, trying to create that brand there to follow some of my other social media accounts. Do me a favor, like and subscribe if you will. All right, guys, take care.